She and Alana have gone to Florida to visit their estranged mother and her boyfriend. Meanwhile, Alana's dad, Mike, better known as Sugar Bear, has his own problems. His wife kicked him out of the house. So on this week's episode, he shows up at Lauryn's. In real life, Mike, Sugar Bear, Thompson isn't actually involved in Alana's life. That is genuinely for the best. He is not a good father or a good person, and he never has been. However, as viewers recently saw, Mike spent some quality time with Alana for the cameras. With production and Josh there to chaperone, he spent time with his famous daughter. Afterwards, he went outside, where his very angry wife drove up. Jennifer Lamb was ranting and fuming, accusing Mike of cheating on her. In fact, she was positively convinced that Mike wasn't just cheating with an old side piece, she was sure that Mike was cheating with his ex-wife, Shannon. The silliness of her irrational rant was compounded by the presence of the production crew and cameras. But we're meant to believe that this was genuine. The key thing that happened here was that Jennifer barked for Mike to not come home. She did more than that, packing up his bags for him and dramatically putting them on the porch. This left Mike with nothing to do but leave, if only after saying goodbye to his cats. According to spoilers that are floating around the internet, he decides that there's one place that might take him in. Apparently he's just going to show up unannounced at Lauryn and Josh's home. He wants to crash on the couch at the Shannon residence. We're sure that Lauryn would tell him to F off. One hopes. But she's not the one who greets him. See, at that time, Lauryn and Alana are out of town. The two sisters are off visiting June and Gino in Florida. This is where we will see the admission that they cannot bring themselves to forgive Gino. It's possible that Josh might grant Mike permission to stay over. After all, Jessica Shannon did crash on their couch pretty recently. Whether or not Mike will abide by that boundary, if that is what happens, is anyone's guess. One can easily imagine a scenario where Mike drags his heels just long enough to be discovered by Alana and Lauryn. That would be an unwelcome sight. It is simply not his home, and Lauryn is not his family. All of the stars are who they say that they are. There are no credible reports of literal scripting. Additionally, June and Gino's downward spiral and now their sobriety battle, and the feelings that they evoke, are very like we said, that's for the best. This whole silliness with him and Jennifer is certainly a ploy to give him a narrative and screen time. Hard pass.